Well, hello everybody. In this question, Farmer Henry has 3,000 hens one Friday, and 1 week later, he sells 20 hens and continues to do this each week. Each hen costs 25 pence per week to feed. What is the total cost of feeding the hens up to the day when his stock reaches 500? So, where do I start? That's the thing, isn't it? So the thing is, what do we have to find out? I mean, yes, of course, we need to find the total cost of feeding the hens. So there is we have to add up the individual bits. So this is a sequence. So it's an arithmetic sequence. I can see that, but then what else do we need? The things that you see, the 3,000 hens have come down to 500. So we probably need to define the number of weeks it takes to get to 500 first. So if I write it down, so to find the number of weeks okay, so to do that, what I could do is 500 is the final count, so we can say 500, that using the last term. So if the last term was Tn, that is equal to a plus n minus 1 times the common difference. So then 500 is the last term, so I should write here, so Tn equals 500, so that's the last term. And then the first term, a, so that could be 3,000, and he's selling 20 hens each week, so then d, and that is equal to minus 20. So then I can work out 500 is equal to a, that is 3,000, plus n minus 1 times minus 20. So I can say minus 2,500 is equal to minus 20n plus 20. I can say 20n is equal to 2520. So then I can cancel out the zeros, and n would be 126. So n is 126 weeks. So that is the number of weeks it takes for 3,000 to come down to 500. So then what I need to find is the cost bit, So the cost bit, I think the first thing to figure out is each hen costs this much per week. So 3,000 hens would cost how much? So cost of feeding 3,000 hens. So that's the initial cost, isn't it? So then we can say that is equal to 3,000 multiplied by 0.25, and that is equal to 750. The 750 pounds is the cost per week. So that's the initial cost. So we can as well say the first term to work out the cost here. So the first term is 750. And once we know, and we need to find the difference, so it is 20 hens, so 20 times 0.25. So then I can save cost of feeding 20 hens. 20 hens, so that would be 20 times 0.25, and that is 5. So that's the common difference. So then say common difference is equal to 5. So now to work out the sum, the total cost of feeding, so until it reaches 500, so that would be equal to n over 2. So we know 126 over 2 times 2 times 750 plus 126 minus 1 times minus 5. So it's decreasing, so here the common difference is minus 5. So what I would get is 63 times 750 times 2, 1500 plus, this is not, it's not plus, sorry, the minus 125 times 5 is 625, and that is equal to 63 times 55. So the answer would be equal to 55,125. That's the amount of money it would take to, the total amount of money to cost to feed all these hens. So 1 week later he sells 20 hens. So after even selling all those, that's what it would cost. And that's the answer. 55,125.